morning, Mifflin Middle School. I'm Miss Fitzgerald and I'm here for Wellness Wednesday. So, we learned last week, I believe, that we're going to be starting back to school in a blended model soon. And we might have had some feelings of excitement, maybe some feelings of worry, and maybe some emotions came up about maybe some anxious feelings. So this week I just kind of wanted to touch on maybe some of that, maybe some of us who are maybe a little bit anxious and coming back to school since we haven't been back to school for over a year now. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about anxiety and how our body reacts to those feelings of being anxious.
You know what anxiety feels like. We all do. Everyone experiences anxiety in some way or another. It's something that connects all of us together. Why we feel anxiety and what it really is, that may surprise you. Without anxiety, we'd all be in serious trouble. As soon as your brain senses you're in danger, a little piece of it, called the amygdala, kicks in. It gets your body ready to react. That could mean fight, run away, or shut down. It's called the fight, flight, or freeze response. This reaction goes back millions of years to our distant animal ancestors. Animals whose amygdalae were more sensitive to danger were more likely to stay alive and off the menu. Over millions of generations, this developed into the system we all know as anxiety. So you see, anxiety itself is not all bad. But when there's no immediate life or death threat, and your amygdala keeps telling your body that you're in danger, that's when anxiety becomes a problem. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference between getting eaten and public speaking or failing a test. Human society has only existed for a relatively short time. It's messy and complicated and confusing, and our amygdalae just haven't had time to catch up. So sometimes, when we're in uncomfortable situations, our brains misread the risk and overreact. Our hearts beat faster and we breathe heavily, pulling more oxygen into our bodies. The muscles in our arms and legs tense up and fill with blood. Our skin perspires to cool us down. This would all be great if we needed to fight or run, but instead, we just feel tense and sweaty. Sometimes our minds go blank and we feel like we can't move or talk. That would be great if we needed to hide. Instead, we just feel stuck. When things trigger our anxiety, sometimes we try to avoid them, like our ancestors avoiding a predator. But that can cause problems when those triggers are important parts of life, like going to school or meeting new people, things that won't just give up and go away. So how does knowing all this help? Well, it starts with remembering what's really going on. There's nothing physically wrong with you. It's just your amygdala trying to tell you it thinks you're in danger, even if it gets confused about how much danger you're really in. Understanding why we feel anxiety is an important step in learning to manage it.
Okay, so in the video, we heard about how our body reacts to feelings of anxiety, and those reactions can be fight, flight, or freeze. So those are the three reactions we heard that our brain makes, right, when we start to feel anxious feelings or increased levels of anxiety. And we also heard that some physical reactions that we can have to anxiety might be sweating, a racing heartbeat, our mind going blank, things like that, and many more we can experience physically in our body when we start to feel anxious. So understanding those things and the way that our brain reacts and the way that our body reacts to anxiety can help us to start understanding and learning those coping skills that we can use to deal with that anxiety that we might be feeling. So some of those coping skills might include things that we enjoy doing, like grounding techniques, and reminding yourself, what level of danger am I actually in or maybe not in, right? Because our brain tells us, like we heard in the video, that anxiety and our reactions come to protect us from possible danger. So just reminding ourselves, okay, am I in danger here? What's going on? Where is this, these anxious feelings coming from? So start to notice those. If you start feeling anxious, start to notice, like, is this the way my body is reacting? What's maybe causing me to feel this way, and what can I do about it? So coping skills that you can use to deal with that. So thanks for watching, and have a wonderful Wednesday.